Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. So, today we are going to look at French sound or latest sound. In fact, letters have their name and also sound. So we are going to look at how letters sound in French. So, in fact, this part is very important in so many ways. So French sounds are very important, but they can also confuse us. They can also cause confusion. You see, so learn them well because they are some of the important areas normally tested in an oral French test. So when you are doing the orals, your way of speaking it, the way you speak your French will testify if whether, it will testify the way, it will testify the kind of Frenchman you are. You see, so when you speak French, that's why someone who learn French in, let's say, English speaking country, and the one who learn it in French speaking country, their way of speaking it are different. Why? Because the one who learn it in French speaking country learn it with the sound and know the latest sound, how each latest sound like. In fact, this part will even help you more to read. So let's look at the first letter. So we know that when we start with A, B, C, D, go in. So the first letter we are going to look at A. The sound of what? A. So let's look at this letter sound. Okay. But pay attention. At the same time you are doing that, so that it will not disturb. Okay. So let's look at the first letter in French. The first letter in French is A. A. We have A or O. A. So the sound of A in French is what? Letter A. A. A is pronounced. A is pronounced. It is pronounced like A. In like. Thank you. Yeah. So A is pronounced like A. Like in heart. You get it? Like in what? Heart. Like in cat. So example. So example we have. How do you pronounce this word?
Class.
Very good. Class. Like class. Very good. Class. Like. So how do you pronounce this?
Please.
You see, you say place, but I say it is pronounced like ah. We don't change it. Plus. Very good. Plus. So like plus. You get it? One thing that you must understand about French sound is that they don't vary like English one, that somewhere you see a pronounced like a, somewhere you pronounce like what? A. In French it doesn't vary. You see, in French we say cat, hat, but we say place. But in French, if it is a, it is a. It doesn't change. We don't change anything there. Do you get that? Good. So sometimes we have this letter, and this. You see them. When you see them, how do you pronounce them? You also pronounce like. pronounce like the same A. We don't change the pronunciation. Anytime that it can be that you see A and you have this at into it, or you or this accent into it, or you see A like this and they have this accent. No, the pronunciation will not change. It doesn't change. It is the same A. It is the same A. Like the word like ba ti ma, ba ti ma. We don't say betima, ti ba ti ma. It is the same A. You get that? Or sometimes you see this word A as a preposition A like this. A jabit a meko, jabit a tanasu. You understand? So the A is still the same. We don't change it. It doesn't vary. You understand? Good. So like to or in or at. That's not vary. It still remains the same. We don't change it. Okay. Practical exercise. Let's look at this exercise. Pronunciation. Exercise. Also, let me bring it in French. Exercice. Exercice. Practical. Practice aloud. This loud. So let's look at how we read this word. Okay, let us pronounce this. Look at how this word is pronounced. We all know that A that does not have a heart is A in French. If we bring the heart or you bring the accent grave, it's still the A. We don't change it. So let's look at how this word is pronounced in French. So let's go. We are reading. We are reading together. Âge.
Âge.
Madame.
Madame.
Table.
Table.
Ballon.
Ballon.
Page.
Page.
Garage.
Garage.
Classe.
Classe.
Facile.
Facile.
Voilà.
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 Là-bas.
Là-bas.
Fâché.
Fâché.
Là.
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 You see, that's the way you can pronounce. So let's go. Read and let me see.
Âge. Madame. Table. Ballon. Page. Garage. Classe.
Yes.
Facile. Voilà. Là-bas. Fâché. Là.
Very good. You are done well. So have you seen only this one? If you are able to know the sound of all the letters, it means that you can read without having any problem. You can read any passage you see in French. You can read. Just see this one. Only then you are able to read all this word. So let's go look at the second word. The second word, so we are dealing with vowel first. You understand? So the second word is, we are taking the E, we'll go to B, but we are dealing with the vowel. Am I right? Good. Let's see the next letter. That is E. What is the sound of? We all know the name. The name is A, B, C, D, E. But let's see the sound. How the letters sound. We are going to look at how the letters E also sound in some word. So the sound of letters E. You see, E can have so many forms depending on the sound of that E. Sometimes you will see that they will write E without any heart. But sometimes too, E can be written with the accent like this. Do you understand that? We can also have E with the heart, that is like that. E can also be written with the heart. But we are going to look at how all this E is pronounced. So this one is pronounced like e. This one is pronounced like a. This one is pronounced like e. And this one is pronounced like what? Also what? E. This and this have the same pronunciation in French. We pronounce them like la tête. You understand? So we are going to look at how he can be pronounced. We start with he without the heart. He without the accent. Without the accent. Okay. How we can pronounce it? E without the accent. So E without the accent is pronounced like e. It's pronounced like e. Repeat e. Very good. So let's see. Like example, we have the word like le. We have le. We have the word like me. We have the word like te. We have the word like que. We have the word like se. We have the word like je. Good.
Eventually.
So we were looking at the E or the E. In French, we already know A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D, E. So this E sound is E if there is no accent. If there is no accent, The A sound is E. We don't change it. We don't add anything. It's pronounced E. Like le, me, te, que, se, je. So let's look at so if you have this word, let's say you have this word. And they said you should pronounce, how do you pronounce this word? Quelquefois. 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 That's the way we pronounce the word. You understand?
Amazing.
Okay. So let's look at another point about E. The mute E. So when we say something is mute, it means that we don't pronounce it, we don't say it. Sometimes when E ends a word, we don't pronounce it. Sometimes we pronounce, sometimes we don't pronounce. For instance, this word me, le, me, te, que, se, je. We can see that E is pronounced there. But there will be somewhere that we are going to look at, and E will not be pronounced. That's what we are coming to look at. So we call it the mute E, silent E. We call it, in French we say E mie, E mie, E mie. We don't pronounce it. So without an accent, is silent. Oh, I'm not sure I can show you. Is silent when it is placed at the end of a word. Okay, A without an accent is silent when you see it at the end of a word. Example, we have madame. Madame. We don't say madame. You see. So anytime that you see A at the end of what? A word without an accent, don't pronounce that A. Don't pronounce it. You understand? But when you have a single word like this, two or three words, one or single word like this, that one you can pronounce. But if it is more than one syllables, so over there you have to, you don't have to pronounce the A. But if it is only the single syllable like le, me, te, que, that one you pronounce the A. Have you gotten that? Okay. Let's look at another one. salad. So we have here we have like the word like madam. You understand? We don't pronounce the A. We have salad. Salad. We don't say salad. So here we can hear the word la and salad. We don't pronounce it. A is silent there. So we have the word like grand. Ma sœur est grande. Or we don't say ma sœur est grande. So grand. So you can hear the word grand. You see, so that's the way this one works.
So, Monsieur,
Yes.
all the words that you have given as an example, are they all family words?
Of course, yes. La salade, la dame, grande, yes, they are all family. But I'm not saying that all noun ending with E are feminine. Example, we have a word that ends with E but is not feminine. Example, we have livre. It ends with what? E, but we don't say la livre. We say le livre. I'm not saying that most of the time feminine noun ends with what? E, that one there. It ends with E. Most of the time, feminine noun. I said that all these ones that I give here, they are all feminine noun. That one is okay. But I'm not saying that all noun ending with A is feminine noun. No, I didn't say that. Why? Because we have livre ending with E, but we don't say la livre, we say le livre. You understand that? So we are just finished with E, the silent E. When we can do the silent when E is not pronounced. Over there, when you see don't pronounce. If you have a word that contains 2 or 3 syllables and E end that word, don't pronounce that word. That E is not pronounced. We call it silent E. You get that? But if E start a word, even if it is 2 syllables, you still pronounce it. You understand? So, or if it is in the middle, you pronounce. Example, sa, me. We don't say somebody. We say sa, me, di. We pronounce it. If it is in the middle or it start a word and you see the E, pronounce it. But if it end a word and it is more than 2 syllables, over there, don't pronounce the E. It is the silent one, silent E. Don't say madame. Don't say salade. Don't say grande. We don't do that. Am I right? Good. So let's see another aspect or another part of this. That is the E that has an accent. That has an accent like this. A with the accent. The sound with A with what? Accent. How we pronounce it. That's what we are coming to look at. So we call it A. We call it, the accent is this, like this. We call it accent aigu. Accent aigu. Accent aigu. So accent aigu. With the accent aigu, the A is pronounced. The A is pronounced like it is pronounced like in like it pronounced like A. It pronounced like A. 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 Like the word like clay. Clay. And say. So anytime that you see A with the accent aigu, this accent, we pronounce it like what? A. Like we say, like I say clay. You understand? Good. Example. We have cafe with A and B. So cafe. Santé. We have the word like beauté. We have the word like liberté. We have the word like élancé. Okay. Let's read this word. Café. Santé. Beauté. Liberté. Élancé. Café. Santé. Beauté. Liberté. Élancé. Very good. So let's read and let me see. Café. Santé. Beauté. Liberté. Élancé. Very good. So note. Basic. What is the meaning of santé, beauté, liberté, and élancé? Good, I'm explaining. So cafe there, coffee. Santé, health. Am I right? Health. Beauté, beauty. Liberty. Am I right? Élancé, tall. Good. Are you okay now? Okay. Now we have note. We have to note this. Sometimes it's not only A with accent that will pronounce A. When you see E and R, like this word, liber, at the end of a word, it also pronounced A, like manger, parler, chanter, louer, jouer. And most of the time, you can see them at the end of what? A verb. Aller. It's not only A with the accent aigu that we pronounce A. But the A combined with R, or the A and R, when they combine, they are together, they can also pronounce like what? A. The A is at the end, at the end of a word is also pronounced like a. Is also pronounced like a. Parler. Parler. We have manger. We have chanter. We pronounce them a. And this word, note also envy, remark, remark. The word, this word also is pronounced like, this one also is pronounced like a. Nez, le nez, nose. It also pronounced like a. This word also, at the in the middle here, I and E that we have in the middle here also is pronounced like what? A. So when you see this, it is what? Pied, le pied, leg, pied, or foot. So le pied, le nez. Okay. So we talk about A having this accent. We are going to look at A that have this accent grave. The accent grave, A with the accent grave, how we can pronounce it. Okay, accent grave. Let's look at the A with this accent grave. A, we call it A accent grave. A accent grave. We are going to look at how A with the accent grave is pronounced in French. When you see A with this heart, that is like that. You see, this heart is, is under the U. We just lay it down under U. But here the accent is standing. The accent should be standing, but this one we just lay it there, accent grave. So when we see the A with the accent that is laid under U, or that is under U, we call it under E, we call it E accent grave, and it changes the sound of what? E into E. Not this one I say it is what? École, élève. But here the sound has changed into what? E. Good. So accent grave is pronounced like eh. It's pronounced like eh, as in père, père, mon père. This one is not mon père, but it is mon père. So we have mère, we have frère, frère, we have élève. This word is the practical word that I want you to know. This one is what? Élève. So here you see this E is what? The silent E. We don't pronounce the E. The accent grave that we see here make the sound what? And the accent aigu that is standing here make the sound what? And this one is what? Silent E. Silent E. So we don't pronounce it. So it is a silent E. So we have élève. We don't pronounce it. It's silent E. So that is that. So let's look at E with this accent. So we call the accent chapeau. What they call by chapeau? Chapeau is the hat. Have you seen the hat? So hat. So this one you see that it is a hat. So E with the hat of the chapeau is also pronounced like what? It's pronounced like what? As in la tête. La tête. So accent chapeau is pronounced like example, we have tête, fête. We have tête, fête. We have même, moi-même, même. Même. So the E that we see here is what? E. The E here sound are changed into what? E. Tête, fête, même. Tête, fête, même. The E are changed into what? The sound of E are changed. You can also call the A with a hat accent chapeau or accent circonflexe. Let me write it for you. This A is the same as accent circonflexe. Accent circonflexe. When you see someone saying accent circonflexe, it is the same as accent chapeau, like this, accent circonflexe. And we pronounce it what? Tête, fête, même. matter the way it is. And for that matter, we'll end here. We'll end this lesson here. And if this lesson pleases you, you can go to this and you subscribe. So that is that. So next time we'll look at the other vowel and their sound, or other letters and their sound. They sound like O, the O sound, U, and also the I or E in French. So next time that's what we'll look at. So if you have a question, you can still bring it and I will just answer it to you. Thank you very much.